What up, you guys? It's Rafael at Types of Collectibles, and in today's video, we're gonna be looking at the most expensive cards out of the Sword and Shield era, and I'll be sharing with you guys what my beliefs are into either buying or getting into these cards. Because the truth is that with the current bull market and the amount of price increases that we've seen, a lot of people are probably contemplating should they be spending the top dollars of these alternate arts in the Sword and Shield era demand. And in my opinion, it is a very hit or miss on what you're picking up, because there are a lot of other places that you could put in your money that will do a lot better than picking up the singles. But there's always a fine line with that, because there's a lot of people that don't really care about value, and you care about, what the card is. You just want to have it in your collection. So we'll be covering a little bit about that as well. And yeah, let's look at what Sword and Shield has to offer, and if you should be picking them up right now in 2025. All right, you guys, here we have the top high to low chase cards or most expensive cards out of the Sword and Shield era. So we're gonna look today. We're not gonna go any farther than the top 12, maybe 13. We're not gonna look at all of them, because a lot of them are in the same ballpark as each other. They are in the same price point. But we will start with the Umbreon VMAX, and I'll reference back to this list so we can know where we're at as we go through. But the Umbreon VMAX is a alternate art from Evolving Skies. And this card is sitting at $1,300. As you can see in the year, 60% increase from the bull when the bull market started. It was $900 right before the bull market started. It did hit a peak of $1,700 back in April, and ever since has been crashing down, 18% correction to the current price that we see it right now. Now, 43 available in supply. Do I think that you should be picking up this card at the current price point? If you want this Umbreon for the long term, talking about 3+ years down the line, and you can afford sparing $1,300 to be tied up into a single card, and it's a minty copy that you can find, then by all means, Evolving Skies is going to go down as one of the best sets of modern era. And with the current 20% drop in price, I think it is a solid pickup at this current price, especially because Evolving Skies will have several legs up in the coming years. Just know that there's a lot of money to be tying up in a single card, and me personally, with the business and everything going on, I just don't see tying up $1,300 into a single card. It's something that I'll be looking to do. But again, if you're a collector and you want the card because you don't care about the value and what it would do, and don't have anything that you will need the funds for in the near short term, then by all means, it's a great pickup. The Rayquaza VMAX is in the same strategy as the Umbreon. Now, this card is at $650, and it has seen a 70% increase in a year. It was about $400 before, or yeah, $460 before the bull market started to run. In the 6 month, it saw a 6% correction, 13% in the last 3 months. Every single card had a correction in the summer, which is normal. We see this every single summer. So could this card recover to its all-time high of $800? It possibly could. But again, me personally, because like you guys already know, I run an online TCG business, it's hard for me to justify tying up $640 for the next 3 years. So in my opinion, I would much rather buy a booster box of, say, Silver Tempest or Brilliant Stars, and maybe a cheaper card that has the potential to go or double in value in the coming years, than putting my money into something like this that has gone up already over and over for the last year. It is a great card, but like I said, same concept as the Umbreon. If you want to have it and hold it for 3+ years, then by all means, with the recent correction in price, I think it's a great time to be picking up singles right now, especially in this price point. The Gengar VMAX Alt Art from Fusion Strike, it's sitting at $620 right now. It did hit a peak of $775 back in February. It was about, let's say, $380 before the bull market started to run. In the last 3 months, like everything else, or 6 months, it has seen a 20% correction. There's still people, buying them out, 10, 6, still being bought out in the last couple of weeks. But at $620, it falls in line with the Rayquaza. It's a great card for collectability, and having it in any collection. It's a great card to have for long-term, 3+ years. You will do just fine. But again, if you can't justify spending $600 on a card, and you think that you're gonna need that money in the short term, I would recommend anybody buying into this price points, unless, like I said, you can afford and you won't need the money anytime soon. Now, the Giratina V alternate art from Last Origin at $550 right now. It is a Shinji Kanda art. You guys already know the controversy with Shinji Kanda and his art style, and all this going on with the new Black Bolt, Seismitoad, and everything that's happening with that. Shinji Kanda is notorious for making really cool art style, and it's very apparent when he does a card. This Giratina V is single-handedly, in my opinion, picking up Lost Origin to the prices that it is. It is the top 3 set out of the Sword and Shield era, and it's doing great things. In the year, it's up 34%. Its all-time high was $706, and due to the summer correction, it's come down 25% in the last 6 months, now sitting at $550. One thing that is very interesting about this card and that you should be paying attention to before you're deciding to buy this card. If you look at the current quantities on TCG Player, 637 available. But when you look deeper under the hood, we got right here, there is one shop or person, it seems to be a person because it doesn't have the certified hobby shop. It may be a shop, I don't know, but this person or shop with an 100% rating seems to have 600 of them. So that means that out of the 637, one seller has 600, the rest of them have the other 37 for this card. So that to me tells me that if this person were to wanna cash out, all he really needs to do is drop the price to a point where he can make money. Like, we don't know at what point they bought these 600 cards or copies of this card. For all we know, he could have bought a like $300 price point, right? Or $350, $400, and then he's willing to take $500 for it, which is below the market right now. And now you're sitting at a point where you're losing money on the short term because somebody's holding a large amounts of quantities. And I mean, just with a $100 profit on this 600 cards, 600 times 100, he's looking at 60,000 in profit. You know, whoever this is, like, this is all speculation, but I am just telling you my thinking when I see this, and I see that this could potentially be a manipulation down the line. Now, if I were him holding 600 copies, would I be doing that? Would I be willing to take profits right now? No, because we still have more time to go in the bull market. We still have, you know, the mega evolutions that everybody should seem to be excited about. We still have 30th anniversary. We have the holidays coming up. Holidays is a lot of big spend for Pokemon and the hobby. A lot of people will be looking at gifting this card for Christmas, for example. That's a great, nice little gift for anybody, but that could happen. And so if you want to maximize profits as a business, I will continue to hold. I'll continue to ride this and just keep raising this price point higher, higher, and higher to just naturally be pumping the card higher. So would I be picking up this card seeing this? I personally wouldn't. I think there's other places that you can put this card until we have come out of everything that's going on with Shinji Kanda and everything else right now. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this will go all the way higher to 700, 800 in no time. But again, I just see flags, red flags with everything going on right now, and I would not be picking up Giratina V right now for those reasons. The Leafeon alternate art at $362, secret rare from Evolving Skies. I don't think this is something that I would be picking up, but again, if you are a Leafeon or Evolution collector, then by all means, just be ready to be holding this card for the long term for several years. The Blaziken is a beautiful card from Shilling Rain, and I think it's one of the cards that's holding the set up as well in the value that it has. $350 for the Blaziken. Again, it's doing a similar thing. It's so at $390. It hasn't been going up that much, only a 17% increase over the year. It did have a correction like everything else, very small correction, 7% in the last 3 months for this particular card. There is about 45 available in inventory in TCG Player, and at $350, it's a beautiful card. Like I said, same concept. If you're willing to hold 3+ years, I think it's a solid pickup to have in your collection. I personally wouldn't be spending that kind of money in something like this, something that really don't know what it could be doing in the future. Now, starting from the Lugia V, I think this is the point where I start to say, okay, these may be something that I will be more inclined to picking up right now because the price point is there. It is a set that I think has potential, the booster boxes and everything, Silver Tempest, to go up higher in the coming future. Once, you know, Evolving Skies and Fusion Strike and all of those make a move, these will follow. And when you see the chart in a year of 81% return and how you see that this card had is crashed 258 from an all-time high of 290, it went down to 258. A lot of pricing purchases were happening, 35, 11, 16 every single week, right? And it's now climbing to all-time highs. I think even at $315, a lot of people foresee the potential of Silver Tempest and all these mid to higher tier end collector boxes of Sword and Shield will go up, and they foresee these cards moving with it as well. So this is one that I would actually be interested in picking up. The Sylveon VMAX at under $300 saw a massive correction. So if you pick it up at an all-time high of the $430, I'm so sorry. You're probably down quite a few, several dollars there. So 30% decrease in the last 6 months for this one's 55 inventory sitting around TCG Player right now at under $300. It's a beautiful card. You got EVs, you got a Sylveon VMAX with everything going on in this what appears to be a park. It's an amazing card from Evolving Skies. I think that at this price point, I will much rather buy this than all of the other cards that we already saw. Even with the Sylveon from Prismatic Evolutions, it's sitting at $300. It saw a 45% decrease in price from an all-time high of, what was there, almost $600 at some point, and it even raced back up to $550 at some point, and then it crashed down to 40 cents. I do not, and I've said this before on the channel, and I've told a lot of people this, I do not own a single Prismatic Evolution card. I don't think that the art style it's all that. I don't really like the terrealization. Maybe you do. That's my personal opinion. But at $300 for a set that is just 5 months old versus a under $300 for an Evolving Skies set that's been out for several years now that has a better art style, Sylveon VMAX alt art, I much rather put my money here than in something like this that it just seems to continue to go down, and we don't know where the bottom is. They're still printing Prismatic Evolutions to this day with like Costco, Sam's, and ETBs and bundles. They're still putting it out there. It's only a 5-month-old set. I would be very careful picking this up. In my opinion, I'm picking up the Sylveon from Evolving Skies as opposed to this one. The Espeon from Chilling Rain is a beautiful card. Beautiful VMAX are under $300. Again, is doing a similar thing that we've seen. All-time high of 334. It went down to 272. So what is that? That's a 12% correction in the last 6 months, 12 to 13%. So 61 available in supply. If you are an Evolution, like I said, collector, and you really want this card to be in your collection under $300, I think it's a good price point to be getting it at. Just be ready to be holding this card for 3+ years because we really don't know what's going to happen in the future. You may see an increase in price on a lot of these that I'm saying that you need to hold for a long term, but the reason why I'm telling you that's because I really don't know. With singles, is very volatile, so you can go down one week and it'll go up one another week. So that's why I think you got to be very careful when picking up singles. Not only pick up what you really enjoy and love having for your collection. The Charizard V from Champion's Path at $212. Now, this card didn't see that much growth compared to all the others, but it is one of the top chases of Sword and Shield. Let me go back here. So we looked at all these, the Sylveon VMAX. The Glaceon, I skipped it because it's in the same ballpark in terms of price as the Sylveon. The Dragonite, Sleepy Dragonite, I think it's an alternate art from Evolving Skies that also is a great pickup to have in your collection. I skipped the Umbreon V alternate art because in my opinion, it's not the best art style that you would have. A lot of people do like it. I, in my opinion, don't. The Charizard V, which is the one that we're at right now, from Champion's Path at $212. I think this card has potential, especially because Champion's Path, it is a specialty set of Sword and Shield era, and this card is a shiny Charizard V. It is a secret of the set. The set as a whole is not that all enticing. You do have another Charizard from Champion's Path that it's not doing as good as this one in terms of value. If you do want to have a Charizard shiny in your collection, then this is the one that you want. I think at $212, it will do just fine, and people are still buying it. People are still looking into it. Didn't have that much of a correction either during the summer, only a 5% drop. So I think this one, I would pick it up, especially at the price point that it is right now. It will do great things in the future. The Charizard V from Brilliant Stars, I think this one, with a 69% increase over the years, it did see a very quickly and subtle decrease in price right here. From March, it decreased to 83, it got bought out, and it went back up. It decreased again, and it got bought out. This card just continues to go up. A lot of people are very bullish on Brilliant Stars, and I personally believe that Brilliant Stars is undervalued right now. The booster boxes of Brilliant Stars are going for like $400 right now, and I think it's a great pickup. And this card, when Brilliant Stars move, this card is going to move too. At $211 for a Charizard V that has a great art fighting Venusaur. We just got announcements of the Lucario versus Venusaur. It seems like everybody's picking up fights with Venusaur, which I found it kind of ironic and funny. But this card is the fight with Venusaur. And then you have the promo from the Ultra Premium Collection box that is the aftermath after the fight. I think both of these cards are great pickups for this era. At the $211 price point, I think this card will be really good to pick up and will do great things once Brilliant Stars starts to move up with the rest of the sets. Evolving Skies move up, Fusion Strike will, Last Origin will as well, and everything else will follow. And I think, actually, let me show you. me show you Brilliant Stars real quick. All right, here's a Brilliant Stars, $400, maybe $415 for this booster box, and I think this booster box will do just fine in the future. I think that when Evolving Skies has their next leg up, and the Sword and Shield era will have a leg up this year, in my opinion, I think Brilliant Stars is going to be one of the ones that is going to go up as well. I am very bullish on Brilliant Stars. I have several booster boxes that I was able to pick up before this last leg up that I had. I really enjoy this Charizard V card that I think is still undervalued. And if you look at the set as a whole, there is evolutions in here as well. There is a Umbreon VMAX for only $58. You can pick up a Sylveon VMAX for $43. You have a Sylveon V, you have another Rainbow Charizard there, this Mimikyu V, it's a great card. Brilliant Stars is only a 3-year-old set. So you can see it came out in February 2022. So in February 2025, it just turned 3 years old. It's turning 4 in 2026. And I think it's going to do great things in the long term. So in my opinion, if I were to put my money somewhere, it would be in Brilliant Stars and the booster boxes as well. All right, you guys, there you have it. Those are the top cards of Sword and Shield era. I know towards the end there we got a little bit more excited and dabble into Brilliant Star booster boxes and stuff like that, but that's just my personal opinion. Again, everything that I discussed here in this video, it's not financial advice. I'm not telling you that you're going to be able to pick up these cards and double your money and do great things. I'm just giving you my input and what I see when I dissect all of these cards and the top chases. And the goal of this channel is to guide you and help you with what I see when it comes to putting in your funds into the hobby. At the end of the day, if I'm able to bring a new perspective into the viewers' minds, something that you guys haven't seen before, and it allows you to make a better choice when it comes to spending your hard-earned money, I've accomplished what I wanted to do with the channel. So this is all what it's all about. It's all about helping people in the community and navigating through the hobby as best as we possibly can. If you enjoyed the video, please consider giving a like, consider subscribing to the channel. It helps the algorithm, it helps the channel, it helps me to continue to make content like this for you guys. And leave me a comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts on these Sword and Shield cards and what you believe, what you think about picking these up or passing on them. I'm genuinely interested in hearing what you guys have to say. And as always, keep your head up, stay positive, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.